Kaber, the short guy in the clue. I'm called the short guy because one of the last years we were in parade, these two angelic sweet voices reached out over the crowd and said, "Hey, look, it's that short guy!" And then I walked to the stadium because we would stop at the arena and go in because we have a show at 12. And I told Lloyd, our announcer, "Lloyd, I have a new name." He goes, "Really? What is it?" I go, "I'm the short guy." He goes, "What?"
Forever stuck.
"I'm the short guy. They said so. I'm the short guy." Yeah, all right. And I'm the short guy.
That's how it came about.
I actually currently reside in McKinney. I've been in many places around this in this state. I've been in the Houston area and in the Austin area. So whenever I started with the Gamers, I was living actually. I may have been actually in college at Sam Houston State University. I'm not sure. I must have been really drunk that night. I knew the man who was in charge at the time, and he says, "You need to do this." I said, "Okay, I'll come out." And I just judged the first 2 seasons. I was just a judge. I was security. That's all I did. I didn't do anything but that. And then one show I stepped in as a chieftain because they needed a chieftain. There was a sick chieftain. And at the end of the day, I'm sitting at my tent, and he said, "There's no money in it for you. You're just going to watch the crowd, make sure no one gets on the battle mound." And then one day, I was a chieftain, and at the end of the day, he goes, "Here, take this." And he hands me some money. It's like, "What's this for?" He goes, "You're a chieftain, you get paid." It's like, "I don't need this." He said, "Take the money." So I took it. And then I was throwing a couple years later. I mean, it was because I was I wanted to do something different out here. I worked in food. I'd worked in a ceramics booth, actually. There used to be a ceramics booth where the Greek Agora is now that sold toilet paper dispensing frogs.
Amazing stuff.
And I sold those.
He was probably good at it.
And then I went and decided I was going to hurt myself by throwing heavy objects because it was fun. Get to play with the crowd, you get to interact with the crowd, and you do something physical. It's nothing scripted in the show except for maybe, we have stuff in our heads that we repeat over and over and over again, but it's a different crowd all the time. And really, we change stuff up every now and then.
It's improvisation.
Right.
Hammer throw.
We tried that out here. It's too risky because when it goes out, if it leaves your hand wrong, you see that railing that's down there in the arena, it will break through that railing, and it will take out whatever's behind it.
Objects move fast. Yeah.
And we used to have stanchions for weight for height. We used to throw a weight over a bar.
Sheaf toss.
Sheaf toss. I really love that event. Not really.
When I competed, I enjoyed it.
It's not my favorite event, let's put it that way. But we've done a multitude of different events out here. Yeah, it's timing. It's timing. It really is. It is all timing. At one point, I could actually rotate the Kaber really well. I had a decent season one year, didn't I?
Most shows you.
Yeah. So it's timing. It's a precarious balance of running forward and popping at the right point in time. There's a point of weightlessness apparently after it leaves your shoulder.
Momentum.
You're supposed to pop down, and as soon as it leaves your shoulder and it has that weightless, you push up as hard as you can. And the only end you're worried about is the end that's in your hand, because guess what? That top end, gravity works. It's coming down anyway. You have to worry about the end you're holding.
Newton's third law.
So once you take care of that end and you push it up as hard as you can, if you push it up hard enough, it will rotate end over end. If you do not, you'll get close. And if you're way too late, well, then you get like some of the throws we had at 4 o'clock today.
He makes us drink powdered milk.
No. Training?
And
wait. There's training involved? I wasn't told there was training. I was told pick up a stick and throw it.
He makes us eat creatine bars.
You had to
bring your pants.
We had to compete in at least one event a year.
In a festival, not in a Renaissance festival.
Right.
Yeah, Scottish.
You had to actually compete in an actual Highland Games competition. And we did. All of us at one point competed in an actual competition. Bull still competes in those.
Yeah. He's our mentor,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes.
He's the one who taught a lot of us. how to
He's
do
been here the longest. He's been here 2 years longer than me. Right? 2?
this. Yeah, you're both older than dirt.
Been here
Oh, thank you.
my 20th year.
20 years. Shows
Hi.
Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah, and it wasn't a show 20 years ago. It was a demonstration. We did a demonstrate. They did a demonstration for 2 years before Jeff Baldwin approved the show, and then it was a show on the old SCA Battle Mount,
Oh, Battle Mount, yeah.
and then they cut it short 1 year.
I was drinking milk.
The funny part about that one, remember when they cut that thing short?
Yes.
And then Keith called Jeff out and said, "Jeff, we need you to watch this." Because they cut about, how much, 10 feet off of it?
No, it's like they went from 70 to 50.
It was like,
They cut a lot off of there. And he basically told Bull, I want you to throw and don't pull your throw. And at the end of the battle mound, there was a bench. So he threw the weight for distance. And it chipped the end of the bench on its way down. They took that bench away from there.
You approved for a bunch of people to crowd control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it was not going to be safe.
It was written like a state bill.
Yeah. So yeah, it was not a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. And then that's where the current, what is it now?
Roman Cathedral now.
Roman Cathedral? Is that what it's now? I thought it was like a garden of some sort.
Roman garden or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, that was long ago, back before 2000.
Hence the fact that none of this is choreographed. It's all literally guts and
We've
core.
gone through a lot of roster changes.
And then we were on the
A lot of ACL
Track?
tears.
The track.
the mud track.
The track, after they got rid of, they used to have chariot races. Do you remember those? They had chariot races here.
Around the lake.
Around the lake.
Yep.
They did. Before they made the fairy gardens, they had chariot races. There was an accident, and they were no longer chariot races.
But we were here in between their shows in those days.
Were we?
Yeah, they were still running chariots.
1 year.
1 year, and then that next year.
Next year they were not there.
Joust was on the same field.
Right.
And we did our stage area it seemed like much narrower, but longer. So that was good. We did hammer tosses.
1 year.
Yeah. 1 year. It rained. It rained a lot that year. And the bad thing about hammers is
Who was it? You?
it was no, it was me.
It was him.
I was the Kaber.
I dropped. Okay. So and the Kaber, the hammer toss, you stand, the weight in front of you, you swing around, and you're holding this thing, and it's about
It's a lead ball on a stick.
16-pound weight
basically being its
on the end of the
counterweight.
stick, so it's pulling, and it had been raining, and the stick was slick, my hands were wet, and it slipped out, and it was a crowd of people, and hay bales, and it came out, and normally we would throw it straight down, and it went off to the side, and all I hear is somebody say, "Move!" and people were scattering, and it dropped right in front of the fence, in front of a hay bale, and we're like,
Okay, we're canceling
so
this today. Yeah.
the guy who ran the show then, Keith, his name out here was Shadow. He came over to me and goes, "We're not doing that anymore, and you're not throwing that weight anymore." Yes, sir.
Then I
Yes,
think
sir.
it was like 2 weeks later that you dropped the Kaber in the audience, right?
Oh, no. It landed on the fence.
Yeah, on your
His
cup.
mug stopped
Yeah,
it.
my mug.
His mug stopped it.
In a million pieces.
A little part. It's great.
We've had accidents, but we haven't had.
That's why there's
we've never had anything
regulations
safe.
and stages where we can do this
Yes.
safely.
We've gotten injured ourselves out here. We've never hurt anybody. We've always made sure the crowds are safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And used to when we did have the hammer toss and stuff such as that, we always warn the crowd, hey, be vigilant, because sometimes things happen, things go wrong. If you see this coming, move.
I'm just getting bigger.
Because it's real.
It's not going to be pretty when it hits.
Even
And
in this arena, we've had a weight land in the audience.
Yes, I do believe that was Jason.
first bench.
Jason threw a weight. It landed inside the fence line.
Definitely out of bounds.
And then they were like, "Oh, that weight is real." Yes, it
People wouldn't
is.
believe it's real until we picked it up and
It's-
showed them.
Yeah, No, really, it's
placed in
fake.
front of them.
The light one out there today was probably about 118 pounds. You say about 118?
Yeah.
Well, that's what he says.
Oh no! I'm gonna exaggerate something. That's about $140.
How about this?
100 pounds.
300. When it's on your
Is that the 1 by 6 inches line?
My doctor told me to disclose this information to y'all.
What's
And
that?
because of my back and my, bulging disc, I'm gonna say it weighs about 140 pounds. Not even gonna lie. I have a note.
You have a note.
Everything's
Why are you out here
140
throwing?
pounds.
It's concealed. I got it right here.
Why are you out here throwing if your doctor has a note for you not to do that? Because you're crazy, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right,
That's what gives us that edge. That crazy.
You know what? I got hurt last year and I sat out because I like my
Too much
back.
sun.
I like my back. I do.
I don't even know it now.
My name is Lloyd, and I'm Lloyd out here, and I'm Lloyd in real life. I'm Lloyd everywhere. I'm born and raised in Mesquite, moved to Allen, Texas, and so coming out here, I actually I signed up for this. I'm the crazy one in the group. Yeah, I saw these guys. My wife.
He was throwing actually.
My wife and I came out here watching. We were watching the guys do their show. I thought that's really cool, and I got to talking to a couple other people, and they have a tartan, and I saw they did a right there.
We're really proud of us.
There's a kind of mock clan called Clan McClue, and they had a. That's exactly it. So I saw them that evening. They were having like an initiation night out here, and I thought that is so cool. I want to be part of this. This looks like something fun. So we went back the next day, and they pointed me in the direction of Keith. His name's Shadow, out here, and they said you need to talk to him. So I said I want to do this. So what do you mean you want to do that? I want to throw. Have you ever thrown? No. But it looks like fun.
None of us.
He's like, well, tell you what, next year give me a call. You have to compete in the Highland game. Okay. So the next year, I went and competed in the Arlington Highland Games. They have a novice class. I competed in that, and I came out here. And the first year, I collected tips. That was all I did, was I collect tips. And kind of like him, crowd control. That's when I first met him. We were both kind of doing it together at the same time. And that was pretty much how I got started. And I think this is the second year was when I got to throw. I got moved in and out for throwing and give somebody a break, let somebody else throw. And shortly thereafter, I got paired up with Mayhem and became a regular. And I was one of the guys that always threw, and I had I guess just a persona of people that I heard they either loved me or they hated me. So
They hated you.
I'm sure they probably hated me. And Keith said, that's great because there's no in between. I hear people say, I hate that guy, and other people say, I love that guy.
Mine was partial.
I know.
It was never partial for me. It's 100%.
And how long ago was I started announcing? It's been about
right when I started,
8 years,
started announcing.
10 years.
It's longer than that.
Yeah.
We've been half show with this one weekend for 10 years now, right?
Yeah. We've been half show for at least
Okay.
10 years.
So you were there for the last 3 years?
Yeah, so 13 years now.
Yeah, so about 13 years I've been announcing. They came to me one year and said, hey, you want to do this?
You're a mouth of the South.
Sure.
You want to do this?
Sure, why not? I do
You like to hear your
I like to talk. So yeah,
He was complaining about his back too, anyway. So it worked out.
shut up.
Me too, but I got a note. That was it.
We tried you at announcing.
Yeah, you sucked.
We asked for Lloyd back after we heard
I've drank since then.
Yeah, all of us have. Yeah.
Always.
No, we're done.
We love each other, but it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. But no, I
If we're
did.
not brutal to each other, we don't like each other.
I did competitions with him quite a bit. Here in the state of Texas, I think the furthest I ventured out was I went to Oklahoma. I did Kansas once, and that was it. But I mean, for like 4 or 5 years, I competed around the, I guess, a little circuit, and it was fun. But once I started doing this, and then my wife we had our son, and my back started getting worse and worse. I'm like, you know what?
Started getting older.
Stop it. Yes, I'm getting older, but yeah. So
I'm sorry.
Hey, guess what? Getting older is better than the alternative. If you stop aging.
Oh yeah, I've heard this in some studies.
yeah,
Yeah, if you stop aging.
yeah, it's been a fun run. I can't. He's retiring after this year. This is his last year, and I've had friends of mine say, "When are you going to retire yourself?" I really don't know. I have too much fun. I come out here. I enjoy his company. I enjoy everybody's company out here, and I enjoy the kids. That's the thing is, I like watching the kids come up to watch our show, and they look at us like, "Wow, you guys are awesome." Little do they know we're not that great. We're a bunch of jerks. I'm gonna say drunks. Bunch of drunks.
No, that's so only after 4:30.
They try so hard to knock what we're trying here.
After 4:30, we can be drunks.
It's so
True.
easy, but no.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
My name's Angelo Cavazos. I do not currently work at Taco Bell,
We call him Biscuit.
aka Biscuit. Yeah. I won't disclose information on how we got that story.
Don't worry, we will.
Well, wait till I'm gone at least. Now, I'm from Waco, Texas. 28 years old. No, we're not related to David Koresh or anything. That dude's crazy. We're just having fun.
He's dead.
Oh, bless his heart. Basically, I started this 16 years ago. In fact, we met a guy, his name is Mark Romino. He got me into this whole acting thing with Scarborough Fair first, the one out at Waxahachie, Texas. And I started doing that for a few years. I saw the competition over there, and it just seemed interesting, seemed like fun for, Riri people, just throwing objects around for distance and just making it look fun. Wow, that looks fun. I should try that. Little did I know, it's not as easy as it looked. I thought this was all foam stuff, and none of it's made out of foam. It's all wood and metal, literally. And I started working here about the 7th year out of Waxahachie and at the fair. I quit there and actually started training and learning every competition and going to around Texas and like Denton, Texas and Arlington. I set a few records over there. I was doing the 190 class because there's different various amounts of classes. 190 class, C class, B class, A class. This guy right here, he's a tough guy. See how he stands? He has the amateur class, and that's pretty big. I'm selling it, man. Hold on.
You pay me.
Okay, well, let me write that down. I'll make sure it comes out of his tips and goes to you.
That's right.
I'm gonna retract my previous statement. Basically, I was competing here around Texas. It's all about me, okay?
That's good.
Competing around here in Texas and just having a good time, having fun, cutting laughs. I tried really hard to get into this whole thing right here. I wanted to be a part of the guys, and I was just like a little Hispanic kid. And that doesn't matter, by the way, guys. I tried my best. I was a little scrawny guy, and I would just work my butt off and literally practice on the technicalities of the game. I got good enough to where I had a good technique going, and I didn't really have to have strength. I just had to have a little bit of hope and possibly a good drink. Depending on who I talked to that morning. But basically, I've done that off and on for years and years, and
This is my serious hat.
I got the age of 24. I started to realize I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older. Simple math. And
All of 24 years old.
wait a minute.
All of 24 years old, and he's going downhill already.
Downhill from 24.
Oh my God.
3 bulging discs and an AARP discount later, I had 2 kids. Story.
Sounds like you had 2 kids.
Oh, I did. I passed some kind of stones, not on this field. Okay, well, basically, we just come out here, have a good time. I want to do this more and more every year and try to do better. And every year has been a stepping stone for me. Trying to get better at talking to the crowd like this guy right here, and being funny and being. I don't know what he's doing either. but I paid attention. You know, and just basically sell ourselves as who we are, not like on the street or anything, but just to have fun and give people some an eye opener on what used to happen, you know, in this time and century. You know, they literally used to kill the English with these tactics, you know, and they turn it into games. That's a pretty cool thing to do, I think, anyway. I mean, it's an enclosed box full of people throwing a bunch of stuff. Just looks like it's just a whole bunch of fun to me. And very proud to actually be in the circle guys here. I've known them for a long time. People are coming and going, you know, leaving. God rest their soul, but I learned a lot here, and I want to keep learning. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, so I guess, I don't know. I guess we're doing all right, right?
I don't know. I'll find out tomorrow if we're fired by Jeff.
Okay.
All right. I'm Aaron Woods. Out here, I'm known as Bull, Fluffy. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other names. Some we
don't hear.
Yeah, some I can't tell. And I'm currently from Hutto, Texas.
Poor guy.
What you mean? It's better than Waco. So I will still compete in regular Highland games outside of this festival. It's just my kids have gotten to be teenagers and a little older, so there's a lot more stuff going on weekends, and it's hard for me to carve out this weekend. I'm like, I just want to break, and then I got this fair, and I'm just like, ugh.
November's busy for him.
Yeah, really busy for me. So and that's the main reason. I mean, is it my last show? Maybe, maybe not, right? So next year, if I find myself on this weekend, I had a rest weekend somewhere, I might say, hey, Robert, I'm going to show up. And if I get to
I'll
throw,
send you paperwork in about 5 seconds.
Yeah. so I mean, but officially, I'm going to say, I've been here for 20 years. I'm going to call it. I give him the same advice I did Angelo. So I trained Angelo a lot in the early days when he first started wanting to learn. When he was actually still a teenager, like 15, 16 years old.
He was like 14, 15 when
Yeah, so in the mornings out in the camp, we'd be out in the field there throwing weights, teaching him how the proper techniques and how to throw a caber, all that stuff. And I would tell him, find someone to train with, make sure you're in the gym, keep your back healthy, and do, there are certain weightlifting things you should do if you're going to compete in this, right? One, keep your core in good shape. Do deadlifts. If you're going to do any event, any weightlifting in the gym, do deadlifts. That's the one thing I will tell you. Do them properly, but do deadlifts, because that will keep your core, basically keep your whole body in shape if you do enough for this kind of stuff, right? Because it's basically picking up something heavy, and you do this right and you get in shape, right? So if I were going to tell someone one exercise, make sure you do, that would be it. Make sure you do that at least once a week. A lot of my older friends that were former powerlifters and stuff, they tell me flat out, dude, little less time under the bar and you'll be fine. So I mean, as we get older, we drop off the squats a little bit. We don't like bending our knees anyway, so
they hurt. My knees are shot.
And I moved to deadlift. I have a pretty good deadlift, so I have to say though, the worst field here was the battle mount.
Yeah. It was
worse because you cannot. We all wear these slick bottom shoes, medieval time shoes, right? Try to stop on wet grass.
That doesn't
with a caber. We call that fondly the English caber, because usually you're sitting on the ground in the air with a caber in your hand going, oh crap, what do I do with this? I don't want it to hit me. And you push it as far as you can and hope it doesn't land on your leg.
Or somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, those are the scary moments, right? I've had it happen out here on a dry year when it was really dry.
There's video of that.
Yeah, I went to plant, my foot went right through. All there is this cloud of puff. And then I'm sitting down and I'm like, there's a still picture. I'm about this high off the ground, still holding the camera going, oh crap. What do I do with this? And you hope for the best. Just get away from me.
Yes, the caber always wins. The caber is the winner. If you're fighting it, give up.
I broke my finger out here on Kaber doing something really stupid. So I threw one time. It was muddy, really muddy. And it was not too long after they built this.
Was that the year
stage.
that it would sit in front of us, sink down about 6 inches in the
Yeah,
mud?
that's the one it
then
went.
you'd pick it up and there'd be a suction sound and go.
And it like stood there for a second. I always said, well, heck, if it's gonna stand, I'll run and push it over. So I take off, run at it, and then it starts to fall at me. And I'm like, oh crap.
Bad idea.
And I get my hand out of the way, but it hits the end of my finger. And my finger then turns sideways. And I was like, oops. Turn my back to the crowd. I go, take my ring out, put it in my belt. And then I go over there and I'm going, trying to get Lloyd, no one-handers. No. He doesn't get it. And one-handed Kaber toss. And I'm just like, oh my God, Lloyd. I don't know if I can feel this.
You can feel it, it's fine. Keep going.
My fingers swelled up, and then we're at the top of the hill like we stand at the end of the day. And some lady in the crowd was a nurse. She goes, you broke that finger, didn't you? I went, shh. She just let me see it. Ooh, yeah, that's broke. She just put $20 in my hat and says, that's for your doctor bills. We had a few run-ins with the jousters over the years. About it.
Not anymore.
The one stalker chick that's
No one
The
got
stalker
choked out
chick.
4 times.
Yeah. We had a lot of run-ins with the SCA.
Oh, I can imagine.
They didn't like us leaving divots in the battle mound.
So duct tape and duct tape them.
On the last day of fair, we duct tape all the divots. We put duct tape X's on all the divots. And then the marshal walks up, he goes to inspect the field, he goes, my lord, it appears they have duct taped the field. Because we marked all the divots.
the funny part was
It was
most
wet.
of the guys thought it was hilarious. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Testing. My shadow's not, I'm the short guy. I don't have a shadow. Short guys don't have shadows.
Shadow's not here.